Hey, this is Dr. Barry. For the next few minutes, let's discuss whether protein is bad for your kidneys. Will eating too much protein lead to kidney disease? This is a very relevant question as people lower the carbohydrate content of their diet. Of course, they're going to eat more fat, but most people are also going to eat more protein. And there is this pervasive myth on the internet that eating too much protein is bad for your kidneys. It will harm your kidneys. It will cause kidney failure. It will make existing kidney failure worse. Let's talk about those concepts, that myth, and that big fat medical lie in this video. Now, if you know someone who's converting to a low carb diet, whether that be keto, low carb, high fat, carnivore, whatever, please consider sharing this video with them. You also have my permission to share this video in your keto or low carb groups or on your personal Facebook, on your Instagram. It helps me to help more people when you share because so many people need to hear this. Now, the ketogenic diet works. There's no question about that. We see hundreds of thousands of testimonials, and although this is anecdotal evidence, when you have anecdotal evidence in the hundreds of thousands or millions, a good scientist doesn't ignore that. And of course, we need more research to figure out exactly why these things are happening. We think we know, but we need to know for sure. But whether you're doing a low carb, high fat, or a low carb, high protein, or even a carnivore diet, you're going to be getting more protein probably than you used to get. Now, it may be a better quality protein, but it's protein nonetheless. And there will be a friend or a family member or a coworker who says, all that protein is going to kill your kidneys. You're going to hear that, I promise you. When you're eating a triple burger and you're just eating the meat and the cheese and the bacon, someone's going to say, all that protein is going to mess up your kidneys. So let's talk about that, okay? There is absolutely zero research that shows this. I'm not sure where this myth came from. There are a few studies that were very poorly done years and years, decades actually ago, that seem to show this. But then there have actually been great studies that absolutely disprove this myth. Even in people with advanced stages of chronic kidney disease, eating protein has no harmful effect on your kidneys whatsoever. Protein does not harm your kidneys. Say it with me. Protein is not bad for your kidneys, okay? That is a myth. That is not true. Anyone who says too much protein is bad for your kidneys, you can immediately switch them off because they are not a reputable source of health and nutrition information. They are far, far behind on their reading. They still believe in internet myths, and they basically don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to link 3 studies down below that definitively show that even high protein diets won't harm your kidneys. Now, the ketogenic diet I recommend for people is a high fat, moderate protein, very low carbohydrate diet for most people. Some people do better on a carnivore diet. I notice this more and more. I try to make my carnivore diet, which I've been eating for a year now, I try to make it about half and half fat and protein, gram per gram, not calorie per calorie. And that does me very well. I'm satiated, I feel great. And every time I check my blood work, my kidney function is still immaculate. And so the tests that you may hear talked about are the BUN level, that's the blood urea nitrogen level. You'll hear the creatinine level, not creatine, but creatinine level. And you'll hear about the GFR or the glomerular filtration rate. That's what you'll hear about, okay? Now, really, a lot of times if your BUN or your blood urea nitrogen level is elevated, a lot of patients who don't know better and a lot of doctors who should know better think that's a sign of kidney damage, but it's not. All that means is you're just eating lots of protein. If you eat lots of protein, it might elevate your BUN. That is not an indication of kidney damage. It just means you have you have more urea in your bloodstream. Urea is just a breakdown product when you eat protein, which is broken down into amino acids. Part of the long-term cycle of that is you have an increased level of urea in your bloodstream. Not a sign of kidney damage. If your creatinine level is even 1/10 of a point high, you've got some kidney damage. You have at least stage 1 chronic kidney disease. That was not caused by protein. my friend. I promise. Okay. If your glomerular filtration rate is low, then you've got some kidney damage. You've got a problem there somewhere, and you need to talk to your doctor about that. So what damages kidneys if it's not protein? Because we all thought it was protein, or at least some people thought that. What actually does it? Actually, it's the high carbohydrate diet we've been told to eat for the last 50 or 60 years. When I was a young boy, there was not a dialysis clinic within 200 miles of my home. Now there's a dialysis clinic in every small town in America. And that's not because people have been eating lots of protein. That's because people have been eating lots of processed carbohydrates, and that is what destroys your kidney function. So cut the carbs and stop worrying about the protein. Now, I'm going to do some more videos on this channel about protein. Will it kick you out of ketosis? Will protein raise your insulin too high and turn off your fat loss? But that's not what this video is about. So I'm going to link the 3 studies in the show notes below, and I want you to check those out. And just remember, if anybody says, oh, that's a lot of protein, that might harm your kidneys, they are no longer a source of reputable health and nutrition information for you. Okay, so if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to hear more videos like this, combining the common sense, the ancestry, and the research all into one big ball with a bow on top, please consider subscribing to this channel and click the little bell icon right beside the subscribe button. That way, every time I have a bright idea, you'll be one of the very first to know. Also, if you'd like to help me have more time to make videos like this, you can click on my Patreon link. It's right down there in the show notes, and you can sign up very quickly and throw a buck or two my way, and it helps give me more time to do this because so many people need to hear this information. Also, Nisha and I do a Facebook Live every Monday night at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'd love for you to join us on my Facebook page and ask your question. All right, guys, that's it. This is Dr. Berry. I'll see you next time.